If you have less than 1 month of cash, more than 60% of your income is already locked in, and your whole life depends on one paycheck, you are not financially stable. Even if your bills are paid, even if your apartment looks clean, even if you make decent money, that's the trap. Because most people think financial stability is simple. You're either broke or you're fine. But that's not how it works. There are levels, 4 levels, and the most dangerous one is not level 1, it's level 2. Because level 1 feels scary, level 2 feels safe. And that's exactly why people get stuck there for years. Most people think stability means one thing: your rent clears, your card works, your bills get paid, and maybe there's even a little money left at the end of the month. That feels stable. But if missing one paycheck would crack your entire system, you were never stable. You were just uninterrupted. That's the first uncomfortable truth. Financial stability is not the moment life feels calm. It's the moment your system can survive pressure. And once you understand that, you stop asking, "Do I make enough?" and start asking, "What level am I actually on?" Level 1 is survival. This is where money shows up just in time to disappear. You're living paycheck to paycheck. Your balance drops fast. A random expense becomes a real emergency. If you have less than 1 month of essential expenses in cash, your fixed costs are around 70% or more, and a delayed paycheck would instantly create stress. That's level 1. This is where people say, "I'm okay, as long as nothing goes wrong." That sentence tells you everything. Because a life that only works under perfect conditions is not stable. It's fragile. Now here's where it gets dangerous. Most people eventually escape level 1 and move into level 2. And level 2 is where the illusion starts. Because level 2 looks like progress. You pay everything on time. You're not panicking every week. You might have a little saved. Maybe you got a raise. Maybe you upgraded your place. Maybe life feels smoother. And that's exactly why this level fools people. Because level 2 is not freedom, it's functional dependence. Your system works, but only as long as the machine keeps running. If your life still needs your exact paycheck, on the exact schedule, every month, you are not financially stable. You are just financially smoother. That's different. Level 2 usually looks like this. You have around 1 to 3 months of essential expenses saved. Your fixed costs are still around 50% to 65%. You still depend heavily on one main income source, and your lifestyle improved faster than your ownership did. That last part matters because this is the level where people start looking financially successful without becoming financially resilient. Better furniture, cleaner clothes, nicer dinners, lower stress, higher income, with almost no real increase in structural safety. So here's the controversial line. Most people don't become financially stable after a raise. They just become more comfortable inside the same trap. And if you've ever thought, "I make decent money now, so why do I still feel weirdly unsafe?" This is probably why. Because your life got smoother, but your system did not get stronger. If this is already changing how you think about money, subscribe. Because on this channel, we don't just talk about making more money, we talk about building a life that doesn't break the second pressure hits. Now, level 3 is where real stability starts. Not financial freedom yet, not perfect wealth, but real resilience. This is where a bad month doesn't destroy you, a surprise bill doesn't create panic, and a job problem doesn't instantly become a life crisis. Level 3 usually looks like this. You have at least 3 to 6 months of essential expenses in cash. Your fixed costs are ideally below 50%. You're building real ownership, investments, retained capital, actual assets, and your life is no longer fully dependent on one perfect income cycle. This is where money starts buying you something most people don't realize they're missing: time. Time to think, time to decide, time to recover, time to make a better move instead of a desperate one. Then there's level 4. This is the level most people imagine, but very few build correctly. Because level 4 is not just, I make a lot of money. It means your financial life has structure that can support you even when your personal output changes, your assets meaningfully contribute, your cash buffer is strong, your fixed costs are controlled, and your income is no longer your only pillar. That's the key. Level 4 is when money stops being a treadmill and starts becoming infrastructure. And that's why two people can both make $6,000 a month, while one of them is still fragile and the other is quietly becoming free. Same income, different structure, different level. So here's a fast self-check. Ask yourself 3 questions. First, if your income stopped today, how many months could your essentials still run? If the answer is under 1 month, you're probably level 1. If it's around 1 to 3 months, you're probably level 2. If it's 3 to 6 months or more, you may be entering level 3. Second, what percentage of your income is already committed before the month even starts? If it's over 65%, that's a warning. If it's around 50% to 60%, that's usually level 2 territory. Below 50% gives you room to build. Third, if you stopped working temporarily, would your system keep functioning or instantly start breaking? That question matters more than your salary because salary can hide weakness. Structure exposes it. So why do most people stay stuck at level 2? Because level 2 is socially rewarded. It looks responsible, it looks successful, it looks like progress. And to be fair, well, it is progress. It's just not enough. That's the trap. Level 2 is where financial comfort disguises structural weakness. And if you stay there too long, you can spend years thinking you're becoming secure, while your future is still built on one paycheck and good luck. So, if you want one line to remember, it's this: financial stability is not the moment your life looks calm. It's the moment your system can survive pressure. Most people think they're chasing freedom, but first or stare, they need to become resilient because a better lifestyle can make your life look more stable. But only a stronger structure makes your life harder to break. And most people don't fail because they're broke. They fail because they mistake level 2 for safety.